Hello and a very good day everyone. So today we will learn on pivot table. Basically we will learn on how we can analyze the year-on-year sales using pivot table. As we can see over here, we do have a table which consists the sports company, date, states, area, shopping malls, product, and also the accounting information like price per unit, quantity sold, and also the total sales. So based on this given table, what I want to do is I want to analyze the year-on-year sales using pivot table. So let's get started. So as you can refer over here, we do have the steps. So first thing is you put your active cell on the table and then you press Ctrl A. So when you press Ctrl A, it will highlight the entire table. Then use your mouse to click insert and click pivot table. So I click insert and I click pivot table. Once I click pivot table, you will notice that a box will appear. So you just press OK. When you press OK, you will go to a new worksheet. So you press OK, you will notice that you will go to a new worksheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just want to copy all these notes so that you also can see what we are going to do in the next step. So I'll just go to the sheet 1 and I'll paste it over here. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is when I go to a new sheet, you will notice that on your right hand side there is pivot table field which will appear on the right hand side. So in the pivot table field we have column, row, values and filter. So in rows I want to tick the date. So I just tick the date. So automatically you'll notice we do have the years and so on. So what I want to do right now is I want to put the years at the column. So I'll put the years at the column. So now we do have this data, but I don't want the quarter. I want monthly only. So I will unselect the quarter. So now we do have the monthly data. And then the values, I will tick the total sales. So when I tick the total sales, you will notice right now we do have the total sales for each respective year on monthly basis. So what I want to do now is I want to analyze the year on year, whether I want to see whether there is an increase or decrease and so on. But before that, what I need to do is I need to go to design and then I need to click on grand total for column only. So I go to design and then I'll go to grand total. So on for columns only. So meaning to say this part has been removed. So what I'm going to do next is let me insert column so that we have enough space over here. And then the next step is what I do is I will add the total sales to the value again. So I'll drag this and put at the values again. So right now we do have two total sales. So you might be wondering what we are going to do. We are basically want to try to analyze the year on year. So I will just try to move this so that you can see that this is the comparison. So in this particular section, what I want to do is I want to analyze the year on year. So what I'll do is, first step is I will put my active cell. So the active cell, I'll put it on D6. So I put my active cell on D6. So once I put on D6, the second step what I do is I use my mouse and then I press right click. So when you press right click, you will notice the menu command will appear and then you need to click on show value as. So under show value as, what you need to do is you need to actually click on percentage difference from. Once you click percentage different from, you will notice that a small box will appear and then after that in this small box there is base field and base item. So for base field, what we need to do is we need to actually select the year. Base field we select the year and base item we choose previous and then we press OK. So what I'll do is I'll put my active cell on D6, column D and row number 6. Use my mouse and right click. So I use my mouse and press right click and then I click show value as. So I'll go to show value as and percentage different from. So once I click percentage different from, like I told you, when you click percentage different from, a small box will appear. Base field, you choose year, and the base item you choose previous. So previous and you press OK. So right now we will notice that we have year on year. If you notice carefully, for column D we don't have any data because in 2021 we don't have the data. We only have 2022 and 2023. So basically that's why in this particular column we have blank. So what I'm going to do is I want to hide this column. Right click and I'll press hide, or you can press Ctrl 0. So I hide this. So right now we have the year on year monthly analysis. So we notice that for January there is a reduction, February there's increase, and March there's decrease, and so on. So what I'm going to do next is I want to use conditional formatting to highlight the numbers. So I use highlight the numbers, I click conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, greater than. So whichever number which is greater than 0, I want it to put as green color. And whichever number is less than 0, I want it to put as red color. So highlight, less than, and less than 0, enter. So like this, your manager can actually understand what is the performance on year. But if you notice carefully, we have 2022, 2023 and 2023. So for some reasons, it might be confusing when you send to the top management. So if just say I put year changes like this, you will notice over year also will be reflected. So what if I just want to only change this particular cell without affecting this particular cell over here? So you can just press Ctrl 1. So you go to Ctrl 1, a box will appear. You go to custom, and you can just do the editing over here. So in this case, maybe let me just edit the data. So I'll put here semicolon, 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 and then apostrophe. I put here year on year percentage changes, and I close the apostrophe. So here you go. So I press OK. So now you'll see this is the data. So right now this is the report. So of course you want to change this to a better name also can. So what I'll do is I'll just change this to a better name. So here we have total sales. And if just say you want to change the color also can. So under the design, what you can do is you can actually change to multiple colors according to you. So for example, maybe I'll just choose a blue color. So now this is the data. So what we want is, based on this given table, we want to know the year-on-year sales. That means monthly basis, what is the year-on-year performance. So using pivot table, we can actually determine what is the year-on-year sales.